Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nadia Adam. I'm a Vedic Astrologer and Psychic Medium. So today we are going to talk about Saturn moves direct, right? For each zodiac sign and collective energy for upcoming 6 months, which means Saturn will not move retrograde anymore. It will progress directly to the sign of Pisces, and we're gonna have or witness another retrograde for Saturn only by next summer, which means gonna be in Pisces, okay? Saturn will be retrograding in Pisces next time. This is gonna be the last one. Okay, so as usual, I will divide my explanation into several parts, and the timestamp will be description box along with my personal details if you're interested to book a personal reading with me. Now, Saturn finally moves direct, which is sitting in Kalapusha Kundali we use, okay, it's sitting in natural zodiac sign of Aquarius of 11th house. All right. The most affected from the retrograde, as we spoke about it few months ago, most probably people who have Aquarius sign, Capricorn sign, Cancer people, and Leo people. And of course, if you are going through, for example, Sadasati, okay, and let's say, for example, you have going to Saturn, okay, and if you are going through um any Mahadasha planet that is actually sitting in Aquarius, okay, definitely you will be sent something. You felt like the life just being so disoriented in last period, right? Now this type of pressure is being removed and Saturn will start to move direct. The thing is, we kind of misunderstand Saturn when it's direct and it's going retrograde. Saturn can gives us very good opportunities, realization, and expansion when it's moving retrograde because as if like it just removing its hand, like you do whatever you want. I'm moving retrograde anyway. I'm not in my full power right now, right? So technically, Saturn retrograde can be considered as weak. In a sense, it will give the soul capacity to do whatever they want, but at one point, definitely they will pay whatever karma they have done. All right. So now, when Saturn moves direct, although true enough, maybe we'll feel more structured, maybe we'll feel more kind of contained, maybe we'll feel more like, okay, life now has some pattern or some path to follow, right? But we will again feel that restriction, limitation, and maybe delays, and things not gonna go in the way how we want because Saturn now moves direct. This means it has a full power to do whatever it wants again. Okay. The thing is, the second point, Saturn in Aquarius usually has to do with our wish fulfillment, right? Wish fulfillment, desires, things that maybe gonna makes us feel happy. Aquarius as overall or natural 11th house is the aspect where we feel happy about it or we feel satisfied about it. Of course, doesn't mean that our 11th house will be always strong, okay? It depends from person to person, but the majority of us, we will have wishes and desires depend on whatever that sign which is connected to your 11th house, right? Let's say, for example, you have 11th house as Cancer. That's mean maybe your wish fulfillment or the thing that makes you feel happy is being with the family, close one, right? Being intimate with family and close friends. Let's say, for example, your 11th house is Taurus. It maybe has to do also with closeness with the family, material possession, having luxurious lifestyle, right? Let's say your 11th house, it's a Capricorn. Maybe your wish fulfillment or the happiness that you can find is from your career, stability, status, etc., etc. All right. So now, when Saturn here moved direct in the sign of Aquarius, because again is a natural sign of 11th house, it shows that maybe our desires, our wishes, it start to change. Whatever we thought that I really want this thing, A, let's say for example, I want something is a A. I want A. I want it so badly. Like I work day night to get this thing. But maybe because Saturn is now moved direct, we start to change our mind. Oh, maybe it's just not that necessary. Or maybe it's just not that wow. Maybe now I feel like I want something else. Okay. So wherever that Aquarius house in your chart placed, okay, it went through some significant change on that, but with correlation with what you desire, what you wish for, and what you need in life. The plan, if I need to supposed to follow the plan A, now I'm changing. I so start to follow the plan B. I supposed to follow plan B now. Wait a minute, I don't think I want B anymore. I want A. Okay, this is number one thing that we're gonna feel. Number two, Saturn direct definitely will give us more confidence, more stamina, stability, and power for us that, okay, I think I can take this leap of faith. I am sure that it's gonna work out. It's just different when Saturn was moving direct. Every time we take an action or decision, we feel a bit skeptical about it or feel like we are not fully confident about it. Now the situation start to get reversed. Okay? Now the only thing which can be slightly problematic is that, just give me 1 second. Saturn here. Okay, so because Saturn is in Satashbishak Nakshatra, right? Which is connected to Rahu. He's a Nakshatra Rahu. So Rahu here will kind of also gives us unexpected, not unexpected, unrealistic. Yeah, that's the great word. Unrealistic expectation. Okay, unrealistic desires. But for some reason we have that power. For some reason we feel like I think I can do it, although I'm not sure what's the outcome of it, but let me give it a shot. Okay. Despite Mars here being retrograde, but because it's being debilitated, but because it's not under influence of Saturn anymore, for somehow Mars here will get some sort of power. Right? But anyways, right now it's just not the right decision. Sorry, not the right time for you to take an action and decision because anyways, we're gonna have Mercury here move retrograde, which can slightly problematic. All right. And then after that, we're gonna have Mars also moving retrograde. Anyway, let's just start with every zodiac sign. Let us start with Aries here. Okay, why this is not getting deleted? Here we go. Okay, so Aries Lagna. All right. Oh yeah, before I start, sorry. You need to read it from the perspective of ascendant or Mahadasha Lord. Let your moon chart will is the least one to check on, right? Because in my own perspective, in my own experience, the moon chart may not give you a physical how can I say manifestation of it compared with if you read it from the ascendant or the Mahadashalur. Okay, so I'm gonna put it out there. Okay, now Aries ascendant. So Saturn here, we can see it was retrograding in your 11th house and now it stopped retrograde. So perhaps most probably also it was disturbing your work. Maybe at one point you felt insecure, felt uneasy about your job. I didn't know what's going on with my job. I didn't maybe my business is kind of fluctuate. One day I'm making money, and like next day I'm not making money, which also can seems like impacted your self-esteem and self-confidence. All right. But right now, because it start to move direct, it start to give you some sort of structure. So if you are planning, let's say, for example, to change your job, you can go ahead and do it. Maybe some opportunities that you missed in the past, it will come back to you. Okay. Some adjustment in the way how you work, in the way how you execute your task will start to change in the good way. All right, your self-esteem, your self-confidence also will start to get more structured. Let's say, for example, you've been feeling low about yourself. Right now, you have a clarity of, okay, maybe I need to take this certificate, or maybe I need to work on this aspect, or maybe I need to do this in order for me to feel better about myself. All right, so Saturn here will create for you a how can I say, a clear vision, what you need to do, what's supposed to be done to be the best version of yourself. Okay, so good luck for Aries. Now moving to Taurus. So Taurus, I mean, anyways, you having here Jupiter retrograding in your ascendant, right? And then Saturn here in your 11th house. Sorry, 10th house. This is shows some new opportunity related to career, work, recognition, reputation may manifest in upcoming period. So that's mean if you've been trying to figure out something in regards to your business, you got to your work, in regards to your finance, but you're unable to do that, then now Saturn moving direct, it will help you a lot. It will create for you a good connections, or will bring to you a right connection, a right people that can help you to boost up in whatever you want to boost up on. Okay. It also shows if you felt that your workplace was so wobbly or just disoriented, or you feel like there is some heavy karma between you and one person in your workplace, for example, or maybe in your family members, okay? Because at the end is aspecting your fourth house of home and family. This is, can show that some sort of reconciliation may happen, or at least we're gonna be in peaceful mood from now on. All right. And also, if during Saturn retrograde you started a new job, or you started a business, or some change happened in your work, all right, maybe when Saturn now moves direct, you need to rectify something, or you realize like, oh, maybe I need to add this one, or maybe I need to learn this skill in order for me to execute my work better way. Right? So there will be definitely reinforcement in the field related to work, okay? Work, business, income, status, and power, whether it's in your workplace, whether it's in your home and family. All right? So good luck for Taurus. Now moving to Gemini. Okay. Now, Saturn is in the ninth house and it moves direct, right? And obviously, it aspected your third house. This combination can show someone who maybe they lost their path, or they lost their power, or maybe they felt a bit lost in direction as overall in life. Because ninth house is not has to do only with luck, abundance, and education and whatsoever. Actually, it's our stamina also, because it's Bhavam of the fifth house. Okay? So as if like maybe whatever you learned, whatever you know about yourself, somehow, some way, when Saturn was moving retrograde, it changed. Right? Or maybe you felt lost, or you may feel like I'm not good in anything, or I'm not good in this aspect or whatsoever. Now when Saturn moves direct, now you start to know, maybe I need to learn this in order for me to execute that thing. Maybe I need to get that certification in order for me to execute in my career, right? Because at the end of the day, Saturn is moving to the sign of Pisces. Whenever we have 4, 10, 1, 7 getting activated, that's mean we're heading to the big change. Okay, so it's indicate that the person here is preparing themselves, with education, preparing themselves mentally, emotionally, physically to be the best version of themselves. It shows someone who would like to travel, but mainly to learn new things, right? To get new experience in life, right? Saturn here can make the person quite optimistic that, okay, let me close the old chapter and let me open a new chapter here. 11th house has to do also with our hope, right? So it's indicate that Saturn here will give us some structure in our hope, that you are hoping for something that you know you can build on. Do not hope on things that you know you won't be able to fulfill it right now, or maybe this is not a right timing. So Saturn will give you some direction right now. Okay. For Gemini, I think it's more as mental and emotional state of how Saturn will hit, right? Or will impact, but as overall definitely is in a good way. Okay. So good luck for Gemini people. Now moving to Cancer. Okay, so Cancer. So we have here Saturn was retrograding in your eighth house, all right? And it was impacting your second house. And Saturn in the eighth house considered to be definitely a Dushtana house. Okay, obviously. It's indicate if you've been if you went through actually some issues and problems with your in-laws, or with your marriage, or in the topic related to marriage and relationship and partnership. Okay, partnership in form of like work, you can say, okay, or in form of like a professional connection, right? Friends with benefit. If you went through some hiccup during that time, perhaps that thing will start to get relief, but that thing will start to get reduced in upcoming period. Okay, at least you will jump into some conclusion here that, okay, this is the right person for me. I have to continue with him or her, and this is the right direction for me in the relationship. We have to continue with it, or maybe we need help, or maybe we need to break this. Saturn will give that aha moment unexpectedly because it's sitting in the 8th house. So that means, let's say you've been waiting. Again, you've been waiting for marriage, you've been waiting for reconciliation, you've been waiting for business contract to happen, but it's just not happening when Saturn was moving retrograde. Right now, when it moves direct, maybe it's gonna give up to you. All right, because the second house usually it's aspect the second house has to do with values, morals. So that's mean you learn something. What is your actual value? What is your actual morals and what you believe on, what you don't want and what you need in life. All right, and again because it was looking at 1-7 axis. All right, it's indicate some mental and emotional shift here happened in the last few months, right? And it start to progress easier in upcoming few months until Saturn moves to the sign of Pisces. Okay, so good luck for Cancer people. Now, Leo. Okay, Leo, so we have Saturn here in your 7th house, right? And again, it's activating your 1-7, which means a quite sensitive, it's quite sensitive access to have. It shows you may went through some lessons, I would say, related to relationship and partnership, or maybe has to do with friendship, all right, in the last period. And either you moved on from it, or you will decide right now to move on from it, or either you will stick with it. As if you started to realize or know which person will stay with you or which person need to put into category of A, category of B, category of C. All right. Saturn here give you lessons related to relationship, partnership, and people as also. Right. If you get into a relationship in Saturn retrograde period, right? Now Saturn moves direct, it means that there will be a need to create better foundation and structure in that relationship. And if you broke up actually during Saturn retrograde, it indicate maybe it will come back to you, or maybe you'll get into full circle and conclusion about the whole situation, right? Saturn now moving direct, it can give commitment, it can give new contracts, right? Either it's a marriage, either it's a business partner, either it is friendship, right? Either it's expansion, professional network circle. It can gives you also projects unexpectedly, right? But like morally or mentally, emotionally, seems like in the last few months you really shifted and changed, right? I mean, in a good way. Okay, good luck for Leo. Now we move to Virgo. Now, for Virgo people, now we have Saturn actually was retrograding in your 6th house, right? And it was looking into your 12th house. This is can be the most, how can I say, chaotic ascendant that we're facing the punishment of Saturn retrograde. Okay? Because I found that when Saturn transiting the 6th house, it can be the toughest and the hardest compared with the 8th and 12th. Of course, it depends on your chart, right? But the 6th house can be quite problematic, all right? It indicates that the person will need to pay certain karma during this period. Maybe it has to do with their past life. Okay, so this is not gonna be a very easy squeezy transit for Virgo people as overall. Therefore, now when it moves direct and it will be the last few months of Saturn in the 6th house, it usually gonna be easier and smoother. It shows that maybe whatever like issues, problem, things which is tangled here and there that you're unable to solve it, unable to figure it out, now will start to be moved. If there are things which is confusing you, unable to think like uh, again confusing you or stressing you, right? Because maybe the things is related to other people, other person that is not moving, right? Now Saturn move direct means that things will start to change, then things will start to move. Whatever you meant to have during this lifetime, somehow Saturn will give it to you. Whatever you not meant to have, Saturn will take it back from you. That's why it's very important when Saturn's transiting your 6, 8, and 12 always do good karma. Okay, don't like lamenting, don't get angry, don't get upset when bad things happen, because as if like you are accumulating new things and then you're releasing old things, right? So I think first of Virgo people, the issues and problems and restriction, limitation, whatever you've been feeling, it will start to get reduced gradually, right? There is a, if you wanted to travel but you couldn't, maybe you will travel during this time. If there are any low case or some issues, problems related to government that is being stuck right now, Saturn moves direct, sorry, it can gives you some release, okay, or at least that the issue will be solved, right? So good luck for Virgo people. Now we move to Libra. So now, Libra. Libra, we have Saturn here is retrograde, was retrograding, sorry, in your fifth house, and then was aspect the 11th house. Now, Saturn in the fifth house usually can indicate some issues and problems related to self-esteem, self-confidence, gains, or maybe at one point you felt quite stuck in certain situation. Now, when Saturn moves direct, maybe you'll feel some relief. Maybe whatever you've been looking for or wanting or desiring will start to move. Okay. Whatever you've been working at will start to kind of give you the fruits of. So as a overall, Saturn here seems to be very good for Libra people. All right. There will be some focus towards your children, all right, towards studies, towards learning new skill and abilities in upcoming period. Okay. So good luck for Libra people. Now moving to Scorpio. Okay, now Scorpio, we have Saturn was retrograding in your fourth house, right? Again, whenever we have Saturn or any planet actually moving back and forth in your 1, 7, 4, 10 axis, it shows that the person will go through significant transformation, right? Now, Saturn in the fourth house, it can indicate someone who may, okay, let me put it in this way. If you've been looking forward to change your house or change your living condition, but you were unable to do it, then Saturn right now will give you opportunity. If you went to change and transformation in the last period in regards to the house and home and stability, then now Saturn direct will ask you also to change something. All right. So maybe you start to see the flaws, or maybe you start to see, oh, okay, I need to adjust this in the home. Oh, I need to do this. I didn't realize that I have to done this thing, for example. All right. So Saturn here will start to create for you better foundation and better new life. Okay. If you are planning to travel and you are unable to right now, you will travel, right? If you're trying to sell or buy property, okay, or land or something, then during this period, it may manifest for you in a positive way. Okay. So as overall, Saturn seems to be very positive for Scorpio people. Now, when it comes to the Sagittarius, let us move. And yeah, good luck for Scorpio people. Now, Sagittarius, we have Saturn was retrograding in your third house, all right? And it was looking at your ninth house. Can be the toughest period for Sagittarius because it really tested your self-esteem and self-confidence very, very heavily and big time, right? It shows that maybe the person here faced some obstacles, blockage, and limitation in progress in life. Okay, but because Saturn now moves direct, it will give you some relief. It will give you some opportunity. Okay, now I know what I need to work on. Now I know what I need to do and what can be done in order for me to be best version of myself. Right? So technically, Saturn for Sagittarius people will impact them heavily in mental emotional state rather than physical manifestation. And of course, if we are mentally emotionally not in the good state, that's mean we cannot really function in life, right? So Saturn here, it gives maybe a right connection right now because it's more direct, right connection, right people, right mentor, teacher, right? That can gives you the good direction or the best direction for you to be the best version of yourself. Okay. So if you wanted to travel but you're unable to, maybe Saturn right now will give you the opportunity to do that. All right. So good luck for Sagittarius people. Now we will talk about Capricorn. Okay, so Saturn was retrograding in your second house of family, finance, saving, right? So Saturn retrograde in the second house, it can indicate either if let me put it in this way. If you lost some of your money in the last period because of Saturn retrograde in the last 4 or 5 months, then maybe right now when Saturn moves direct, you will start to recover it, right? If let's say you gain money unexpectedly in the last few months, maybe right now Saturn direct will start to question you. Are you saving it properly? Are you putting it in the right way? Are you spending in the right way? Right? Saturn here will create some sort of reshuffle in the way how you deal with finance and money, and that need to be correlated to your family. Okay, Saturn retrograde here, or Saturn was retrograding in your second house, shows some reshuffle and change in your values, what you're looking for in the family, what you desire to have in a family. So it can actually, if you let's say you have a family like a man, for example, or a single woman, you have kids and you know you have people under your responsibility. It shows that maybe the way how you want to deal with them, especially if you have kids, it will change. Like maybe you start to open a new bank account for them, or maybe you will start to invest on the name of your kids. Something like that will happen. I have seen it a lot. Okay, so it's good, but at the same time, it can challenge you in terms of finance, right? Again, if you went through a lot in last period, sounds to be a relief. If it was good in the last period, that means this is a period of rectification, or you need to expand it more. That's it. Okay, nothing harmful here. Okay, so good luck for Capricorn people. Now, when it comes to Aquarius, now for Aquarius, I think it was the most stressful period for you because Saturn was on the top of your head. So usually it's indicate mental and emotional stress more than anything else, right? Because it's looking at your seventh house and it's the lord of your 12th also. It can also show some uneasiness with family, uneasiness with your partner. Okay, maybe it required for you to change yourself, or will be asking your partner to change themselves in order for both of you to really continue in this relationship, right? It also shows that your desires, your perspective, your personality and character as a person started to change when Saturn moves retrograde. And now when it moves direct, it gives you the full circle. Like, and now, I know what exactly what's going on. I know what need to be done. I know what I need. So this can be quite like a cutting period, especially because Rahu Ketu will come to your 1/7 axis next year, right? Again, it's a quite sensitive axis. This indicate a change and shift. Maybe in this period you're deciding to get married. Maybe in this period you decide to sign a contract, starting a business, right? But at the same time, maybe you'll be wanting to break a marriage, break a relationship, or break a contract or job because you feel like this is not me anymore. Okay, definitely this is a very wonderful period for self-development. Okay, so good luck for Aquarius people. Now, lastly, we're gonna jump into Pisces. So for Pisces people, Saturn was transiting or retrograding, sorry, in your 12th house of Dushtana, of course, and it was looking to your 6th house. Well, because it's the Lord of 11 also, it usually indicates someone who maybe they went through a lot of losses in the last period when it comes to finance and business, especially also in career. Okay. If you went through such thing, then I think Saturn direct now will give you some relief. Okay. Definitely it will give you some relief, definitely will give you the energy like, okay, now at least everything will be under control. if Saturn retrograde gave you some issues and problems in the last period, now it moves direct, it will solve these things or it will release it. Okay, so either way, Saturn here may gives you a peace of mind. Okay, even if it's 1%, but some peace of mind will be there. All right. Now, and another thing also, if you faced any health issues, any health problem in the last period, then in next period you will find yourself much more stronger, much more tangible. Your desires and wishes in life also could change. Okay. If let's say all of these things you didn't go through it, right? Then in this period or in upcoming 6, 7 months, it's indicate reshuffle. For example, reshuffling what you desire, what you need, it will start to change. It indicates that Saturn somehow will bug you a lot to take care more of your health. Okay, maybe it will bug you a lot, for example, to travel, to explore and learn new things. So you can be, I don't know, like learning or to be better person, right? So I think for Pisces it will be fine. Okay, good luck for you guys. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it and wishing you to have a wonderful, beautiful day. Stay good and be good and see you soon. Bye.